your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, a Milford man died today after falling through the ice on Quakish Lake in T3 Indian Purchase Township.
The Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife says 62-year-old Walter Demmons and a friend were preparing to ice fish about 75 yards from shore around 9:30 this morning. They were checking the ice thickness by drilling holes through it when they heard the ice crack. The two spread out in an attempt to not break through, but the ice did break and both fell into the water. The department said the two were communicating with each other as they tried to get out, but Demmons suddenly said he was not going to make it and went under. The friend was able to eventually get out of the water and call 911. Demmons' body was recovered later and brought to a funeral home. His friend was treated for hypothermia at the hospital and released.
3 people charged in connection with a home invasion and armed robbery in Norwich Walk earlier this week appeared in court this afternoon. 37-year-old Javier Coralin of Connecticut, 29-year-old Zaid Issa of Pennsylvania, and 37-year-old Alexandra Gords of Waterville appeared in court via Zoom from the Somerset County Jail. The suspects were arrested Wednesday, but allegedly refused to give their names at first. All 3 face counts related to Class A robbery and various drug charges. One of the suspects, Zaid Issa, addressed the court this afternoon.
They're saying they found money on me, or they found something I stole on me. That's not true either. And then they're saying there were drugs on me that were found. That's not true either. I never had drugs, money, or any of that from anywhere.
Bail was set at $50,000 cash for Issa and Coralin. Gord's bail was set at $5,000 cash bail with conditions that she enter a substance use disorder program. All 3 are scheduled to appear in court on January 24th.
A murder trial is now underway in Washington County after being delayed on Thursday. Our David Ledford has the latest.
Jurors heard opening statements in the trial of 2 people accused of killing a Perry woman who was found dead in her home after being stabbed nearly 500 times.
Perry residents 40-year-old Donald Dana and 39-year-old Kaylee Brackett have both been charged with 1 count of murder for the death of 43-year-old Kimberly Neptune in April of last year. Prosecutors say they have evidence that will prove either one or both of the parties committed the crime, including footprints and blood found at the scene.
Donald Dana, Kaylee Brackett, stabbed her over and over and over again. Donald Dana had left his blood on the stairway, on the wall. The state alleges the defendants either personally committed the crime of murder or were the accomplice of the other defendant.
The defense, on the other hand, argued that neither of the defendants had enough of a motive to kill Neptune.
The state collected over 144 items of evidentiary value. Nothing credible links back to Kaylee Brackett. Why would Kaylee Brackett savagely murder her best friend for money when she didn't need the money?
Donald and Kimberly's brother, they grew up together. They were in the same class in school. They played on all the same teams.
Opening arguments were supposed to begin Thursday, but were delayed for what the judge described as new developments. The nature of those developments was not made clear Friday. Both Brackett and Dana pleaded not guilty in July of 2022. Their trial will resume next week. In Machias, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Hancock County Grand Jury indicted 2 people on attempted murder charges. Officers arrested 29-year-old Dmitry Dubrovsky after finding a man with gunshot wounds to his head in July. A citizen called 911 and reported Dubrovsky and 30-year-old Duncan Haas were involved in an altercation at 21 Stolt Road in Lemoyne. The caller reported hearing 2 gunshots and viewing the 2 men loading a body into the back of a truck. Officers later found alleged victim Spencer Trott wandering on the Bayside Road in Trenton. Dubrovsky was indicted on 26 counts, including attempted murder, kidnapping, burglary, and assault. 37-year-old Chris Soriano of Tremont was also indicted for attempted murder. Police say he allegedly tried to shoot his roommate in October. They say Soriano allegedly threatened his roommate at gunpoint and told him to leave, then fired a shot above his head as he was gathering his belongings. He also allegedly fired at his car as the roommate was leaving. And finally, a man involved in a standoff with police on Deer Isle was indicted on several charges. Police tried to serve 37-year-old Aaron Bulger a warrant for burglary charges in September, but he allegedly resisted arrest and assaulted a deputy in the process. Deputies did fire shots during the encounter, and the state police tactical team was called in for assistance. Bulger was not injured. He was indicted for assault on an officer, refusing to submit to arrest, and interference with a law enforcement canine.
Holden police have arrested a man suspected of leading multiple police agencies on a high-speed chase through at least 3 different towns. The incident occurred on October 17th when a driver refused to pull over for a traffic stop in Dedham. The person, now identified by Maine Department of Public Safety as 34-year-old Noah Weeks, allegedly continued through Holden and into Eddington, where he abandoned the vehicle he was driving and then took control of a man's truck. The driver later ditched that truck and took another car at PV Manufacturing in Eddington. Weeks was arrested on 2 outstanding arrest warrants and also faces additional charges from Holden PD, including robbery, driving to endanger, and theft by unauthorized taking.
The town of Southwest Harbor is getting a major grant that will vastly improve the town's wastewater infrastructure. It's part of the USDA's Rural Development's final Water and Environmental Programs Award of the year. The $4.25 million will be used for wastewater treatment upgrades. Planning for those upgrades began all the way back in 2018. Since then, the cost of equipment and materials have increased significantly. Work will begin in the spring. Lubec, Camden, and Freeport also received funding for projects this year.
Well, Maine's congressional delegation continues to press for an investigation of the events that led up to the Lewiston shootings. They sent a letter today to the Inspector General of the U.S. Department of the Army, Lieutenant General Donna Martin, to further press for a comprehensive review of the facts. The delegation wrote, quote, "This tragedy warrants a much broader independent inquiry. We must work to fully understand what happened and what could have been done differently that might have prevented the Lewiston shooting on the local, state, and federal levels. We must also give the American people confidence that the investigation is comprehensive and unbiased," end quote.
Jerry Goss, a family man and public servant who spent decades serving the Brewer community, has sadly passed away. Goss was a mayor, city councilor, principal, and a champion of doing the right thing for Brewer. His son, John, shared with us that there have been many tributes for a man who never asked for any, saying that truly captures the impact he had on so many. Our Doug Banks shares some of the stories of those who knew him.
Such a loving person to the community, really, truly bleeding orange and black.
The impact Brewer Deputy Mayor and City Councilor Jerry Goss had spans multiple communities and multiple decades. From his work with the Bangor Area Recovery Network to organizing high school basketball tournaments with the Maine Principals Association, his list of achievements is endless. So is the number of people who looked up to him.
I always think of him as, in many ways, as one of the trendsetters about how to be a principal. Instead of being aloof and kids kind of intimidated by you, to be well known and to have kids comfortable with you.
One example of his mission to help others occurred back in 2012 when he found a new home for an education and fitness program, allowing it to actually expand.
They'll be able to utilize that gym during the day for exercise, and the alternative ed kids can work with seniors. And what better way to build a relationship between young kids and seniors than through a little friendly exercise?
He cared about not just athletics, but he cared about all those that he came in contact with. He just did, whatever it took to make Brewer a better community.
They say if there's one thing Goss loved more than the city of Brewer, it was his family.
Jerry loved his family with all his heart, and at every council meeting, he would just beam about his grandchildren.
Goss leaves behind a strong legacy of selflessness and leadership that will continue to inspire others.
He would want me to challenge others in our community to come forward and take his lead and step forward in the community to help make a difference.
He wasn't out for himself, he was out for everybody else. He was out for all of us.
In Brewer, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
I think it's abundantly clear just how much Jerry Goss is going to be missed, just from the folks that spoke with us today.
Yeah, and the impact that he leaves behind will be felt for a long, long time.
A long time. All right, folks, let's go ahead and hit pause here. We'll get a first peek at our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth. Wow, get ready. Another cold, cold night ahead. Not as cold as what we had this morning around. Temperatures, once again, we're hovering close to 0 degrees, so hopefully you had your fire pits cranked up and nice and toasty in your house. Because it wasn't nice and toasty outside. 31 degrees, that was our high temperature. 35 in Bar Harbor, 32 right by the coast in Rockland, and then up north, Millinocket into Greenville, 20s made a comeback return. Overall, though, we saw a good amount of sunshine earlier today. Few passing clouds here and there are continuing right now, but overnight tonight, we're not really going to be considered cloudy. We're going to stay pretty much partly cloudy, and temperatures once again will be dipping in the single digits. Beth?
Or at least very close there, too.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. It already feels like single digits out there right now.
For sure. Today, though, this afternoon, pretty refreshing to go outside.
Yeah.
I think we felt those 30 degrees in a good way.
Yeah, the slight warm-up is definitely appreciated.
It is. Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, our Matthew Duranczyk brings us a preview of this year's annual Wabanaki Winter Market.
And winter doesn't mean that ticks are no longer a threat. Our Corey Bouchard will be in with more. Stay tuned.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Do more together this holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox. The hardworking Chevy Silverado. Or the all-new high-tech Chevy Trax. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $7,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado.
Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
Maine QuitLink offers free help to stop smoking and vaping, including personalized quit plans and free patches, gum, and/or lozenges with every program. Get connected to a quit coach, trained to develop a plan that works for you. Learn how to curb cravings and overcome slips and relapses. It's free, it works, and people who enroll are 2 times more likely to successfully quit. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mainequitlink.com.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow. The quickest turnaround in the business. The Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
UCLA battles Justin Moore and Villanova.
Can you believe this?
Fox Primetime Hoops. Saturday at 7 Eastern.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome to MasterChef Junior, home for the holidays.
I thought we were all going to wear costumes for this.
I have to step my game up and cook my heart out. Oh, I'm so nervous.
Come on, you donut.
Dad, you can't call a kid a donut.
It's fine. Donuts are nice.
The MasterChef Junior Holiday Special begins December 10th on Fox.
An annual Wabanaki event taking place tomorrow is looking to make the gift-giving season a little easier. It also looks to tackle a prolonged issue between the Wabanaki nations and the state. Our Matthew Duranczyk explains.
If you're looking for some authentic, handmade Christmas gifts for friends and family, the Wabanaki Winter Market will check off some boxes on your Christmas list.
It's a great thing for this time of the year. It'll really give the people a little boost for Christmas spending.
The event will feature Wabanaki-based artists and their exquisite craftsmanship, techniques that have been handed down through generations. It also serves as a reminder to everyone about the Wabanaki Nation's ongoing fight in gaining independence from the state.
We need to have the same sovereignty and recognition as the other 570 tribes across the United States. And because of the way the 1980 Settlement Act is written, we don't have that.
The 1980 Settlement Act is a never-ending conversation within the Wabanaki nations, especially when it comes to laws surrounding indigenous groups. Syllaboy says of the roughly 150 bills involving indigenous tribes passed by Congress in the last 40 years, none have involved Maine's Wabanaki tribes. He hopes an event like this will help put that ball in motion.
We've been here for 12, 13,000 years, and the tribes ain't going anywhere at this point. And we will continue to fight for what we believe is our rights until we get them.
The Wabanaki Winter Market will also feature demonstrations throughout the day from the tribes. Doors will open at 9 a.m. and run until 3 p.m. The event is free and open to the public. In Orono, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine had a record number of Lyme disease cases this year, according to the Maine CDC, and the problem doesn't go away when the snow falls. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard learns more about what you need to know to stay safe this winter.
Unfortunately, unlike the mosquitoes that we have in Maine, ticks don't hibernate or go dormant or die during the winter. So anytime that the temperature is above freezing, they can be out, and if they can get above the snow layer, they can be biting people.
Megan Porter, a public health educator at the Maine CDC, says just because it's cold outside doesn't mean the threat of ticks goes away.
During the winter, the main tick that we have in our state that's active is the deer tick. Deer ticks tend to like forested areas, so areas that have tall grass and shrubs and deciduous trees or leafy trees. Unfortunately, that's a lot of Maine, and it might be your backyard.
Porter adds the first step of tick prevention is to wear clothes that cover your legs and arms. She says that thankfully, because of the cold, most people are already bundled up.
Step 2 would be to add a layer of an EPA-approved repellent, so something like DEET. Your typical mosquito repellents with EPA-approved ingredients should all work against ticks as well. So add that on. If you've got some dedicated winter hiking gear, winter skiing gear, anything like that, you can treat that with permethrin, and that should last you all winter.
Another tip to kill off any ticks that may have hitched a ride on your coattails is to throw your jacket or outer layers into the dryer for 10 minutes after returning home. According to the Maine CDC, over 2,700 Mainers contracted Lyme disease this past year, which is the highest number ever recorded in the state.
Now, this is part of a trend that we've seen over the last few years where we've had increasing number of cases over the years. This just tells us that the deer ticks that we have in Maine are increasing in number. We know that they're in every county in Maine, and we know that the risk is still there all the time.
Porter adds, if you get bitten by a tick, don't panic. Remove the tick with a tick spoon or pair of needle-nose tweezers. And if you start to feel sick, talk with a healthcare professional. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard with ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the United States delegation to the UN sank a Security Council vote on forcing a ceasefire in Gaza.
And federal regulators have approved a major medical breakthrough in world-first treatment for use. We'll have those stories and more when we come right back.
Dude, you coming?
Alka-Seltzer Plus Power Max Gels Cold and Flu Relief with more concentrated power. Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, Winter Warriors with Alka-Seltzer Plus.
For a better center to serve you, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. For a bigger selection of trusted brands, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. And to better service your ride, no matter the size, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. Master mechanics, free shuttle service, and the fair deals you deserve. Take Littlefield Avenue to Bangor Tire, beside Dysart's in Herman. BangorTire.com.
We're more than just a tire store.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Sports is marked center stage and is crushed by a baby grand piano.
You're replacing me?
Customize and save with Liberty Bibbity.
He doesn't even have a mustache. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
To the Lego Masters Celebrity Holiday Spectacular.
Monday, December 18th, unwrap a night of shining stars.
It's Lego, baby.
Teamed up with Lego Masters legends.
Breaking this thing down to a science.
For the most holly,
get your brick up!
Jolly.
Ho, ho, ho.
Holiday building competition yet.
Unwrap this!
The Lego Masters Celebrity Holiday Spectacular 2-night event begins Monday, December 18th on Fox.
Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah from Fox 22.
The Israeli army says its forces have struck about 450 targets in the small, densely populated Gaza Strip over the past day. The United Nations is warning its aid operation is in tatters because no place in the besieged enclave is safe. This afternoon, the U.S. rejected a Security Council demand for a truce. Fox's Nate Foy has the latest from northern Israel.
As the Israel-Hamas war enters its third month, the United States vetoed a UN resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire while urging Israel to protect Gazan civilians.
This would only plant the seeds for the next war because Hamas has no desire to see a durable peace.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres invoked Article 99 of the UN Charter, something that hasn't happened in half a century. It gives Guterres the power to raise any perceived concern to international peace and stability.
The conditions for the effective delivery of humanitarian aid no longer exist.
Israel argues a resolution would help Hamas.
Calling for a ceasefire sends a clear message that Hamas is forgiven for their deliberate atrocities, and Hamas's oppression of Gazans is given a green light by the international community.
Israeli forces push deeper into Gaza, while Hamas launches more rockets into Israel and holds over 130 Israeli hostages, dead and alive. One of the dead is the son-in-law of Israeli-American Yehuda Benin. He's the father of Liat Benin Atzili, an American citizen and mother, released by Hamas last week after 54 days in captivity.
Now, my daughter has to work about putting her life together.
Yehuda's now calling for the release of all hostages, while issuing this warning to his home country.
The American political leadership needs to wake up.
Overnight, 2 IDF soldiers were severely injured while trying to rescue hostages from Gaza. They were unsuccessful in doing that. Israel's war cabinet maintains the only way to get the hostages home is through applying more military pressure on Hamas in Gaza. In northern Israel, Nate Foy, Fox News.
As the race for the White House heats up, so are the legal battles that could play out alongside the next presidential election. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more from Washington.
In a new podcast, Hunter Biden is slamming the Republican attacks against him as an effort to destroy a presidency.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to kill me, knowing that it will be a pain greater than my father could be able to handle.
Despite casting the blows against him as partisan, a federal grand jury indicted him on new tax charges, 3 felonies and 6 misdemeanors. This time, federal prosecutors accused the president's son of willfully avoiding to pay at least $1.4 million in taxes between 2016 and 2019. Among the expenses they say he made instead, $683,000 for payments to various women, $397,000 for clothing and accessories, and roughly $500,000 on health and beauty products and other retail purchases. The case could coincide with President Biden's 2024 campaign, as House Republicans ramp up their efforts to probe his family's business dealings.
Why was he paid millions of dollars from people in Russia, China, Romania, Ukraine?
So far, they found no evidence of wrongdoing by the president. Still,
this will be a log on the fire. The fire may not actually reach the door of the White House, but the Republicans will try and depict it as such.
GOP presidential primary frontrunner former President Donald Trump is returning to the legal spotlight, too. On Monday, he'll be back on the stand in New York City for the civil trial in which he's accused of inflating the value of his assets to get favorable loans from banks.
This case should have never been brought. This was a political witch hunt.
On Friday, the White House repeated the president won't pardon his son if he's convicted. In Washington, Mallory Rivera, Fox News.
Federal regulators approved the use of a major medical breakthrough today to treat sickle cell disease. The first gene therapies could cure the painful inherited blood disorder that impacts mostly people of color. Our Doug Banks has that story.
Sickle cell patient Jalen Matthews has experienced a lot in her young life. Chronic pain, monthly hospital treatments, a blood clot, and at the age of 12, a stroke.
I had to learn how to walk again, feed myself, clothe myself, basically learn how to do everything all over again.
But now, Jalen is experiencing something new, hope. On Friday, the Food and Drug Administration approved the first ever gene editing therapy for humans. Doctors will now be able to snip a patient's DNA, blocking the debilitating effects of the blood disorder that affects 100,000 people in the U.S., most of them Black.
Sickle cell disease is due to a mutation that leads to abnormal hemoglobin. What gene therapy does is help to fix that mutation so that patients with sickle cell disease have more normal shaped hemoglobin and red blood cells.
The FDA also approved a second treatment for U.S. patients using conventional gene therapy that adds good hemoglobin to the patient's DNA. The price tag for both kinds of therapy is in the millions. Treating everyone would cost hundreds of billions, and few medical centers are qualified to dispense them. But some patients could be treated as early as next year, and doctors hope it won't end there.
This is the first step forward, and I think in the future we're going to see a lot more diseases that are able to be treated with gene therapy.
The FDA says about 20,000 patients will be eligible for the treatments. For ABC 7 and Fox 22 News, I'm Doug Banks.
Wow, pretty incredible breakthrough there.
Yeah, and definitely something that a lot of people have been waiting for.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Already. Well, folks, our full 5-day is coming up next. Stay with us.
Get ready, guys. Lots of rain is on the way. We're looking at 2 to 3 inches of rain, a lot of rain on the way. But we're also looking at some warmer temperatures, or is it going to cool down? I'll have the answers coming up.
It's the new celebrity guessing game.
Who is the celebrity behind the relative
that could win you life-changing money?
You got it right.
We Are Family, January 3rd on Fox.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
One Buff a slow ride to go.
Thank you. And could you tell me how to get to Down East Toyota?
Oh, that's easy. All roads lead to Down East. Don't settle for a slow ride. Come check out Toyota's lineup of all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles. The 2024 Tundras are here now. These rugged trucks give you premium comfort, but will tackle your off-road adventures with exceptional towing power and traction. See them all at downeasttoyota.com. I'll have a bacon care of business, and why don't you order the King of the Road? All roads lead to Down East on Wilson Street in Brewer.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Who likes to drink good coffee? At Carabassa Coffee Company, we roast premium quality coffee beans from all over the world. Roasted to perfection in small batches, our coffee is always fresh. We offer a large selection, including our specialty blends, organics, single origins, decaf, and flavor. Whether you like light, medium, or dark roasts, we have coffee to suit every taste. We offer flat rate shipping for online orders, and we ship fast. Carabassa Coffee Company. Drink good coffee.
Santa Claus is coming to town, and he's making special stops here at ABC7 and Fox 22's morning show before the big night. Starting in December, Santa will be here reading your children's emails and letters. Have your kids send their message to Santa by emailing santa@wvii.com or by sending it to our mailing address at 371 Target Industrial Circle in Bangor. And make sure to watch Good Morning Maine on ABC7 and Fox 22 to see what Santa has to say.
Welcome back, my friends. Our Maine weather tonight is brought to you by Varney Ford. Varney Ford in Newport gives one full year maintenance on every new and used vehicle they sell. Come visit them and see their huge selection of cars and trucks, the nice car and truck people. And speaking of nice, we had some pretty nice weather out there today. I know it was cold. But other than that, no rain, no snow in our area. Look at St. Louis, though. A little bit of rain is in and around the area. And then up north, North Dakota, into South Dakota, of course, into Winnipeg, Canada, we are looking at some snow that will all combine and be in our area within the next couple of days. Overall, though, for now, just a few passing clouds here and there, but not much going on with precipitation for our state for today. But look what happened Sunday into Monday. A big rainmaker will be back in the forecast. Temperatures back in the 50s. So, of course, all of this will be mainly rain. We're talking maybe over 2 inches of rain in town just north, Dover, Foxcroft, Millinocket area, possibly over 3 inches of rain. And then the coast, we're looking at a solid 1 to 2 inches of rain. So a very healthy system is on the way Sunday and then into the day on Monday once again. Snowfall wise, though, not much to worry about for us. You got to go really right by that border of Canada. And then, of course, crossing the border into Canada. That's where those darker blue colors and even those pink colors are showing up, indicating that some places will get over 6 inches of snow. Not surprised there. Some places will actually get over a foot of snow. Of course, with a lot of moisture with this storm, if you're on the colder end, that's what you're going to get. We're going to be on the warmer end, though. Take a look at this. 51 by Sunday, very warm. 56 by Monday, that's going to be our morning high, and then we're cooling off into the 30s by the afternoon hours. Then by Tuesday into Wednesday, 30s pretty much is going to be our high temperature, back in the 20s by Thursday. So get ready. We're going to have a couple days of warmer temperatures, some very heavy rain, and very strong winds as well. For now, though, calm winds all over the coast. Same story in town. Waterville, pretty much at 0 miles per hour. But oh boy, get ready. Sunday into Monday, we're going to have some very gusty winds where the coast might see even 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Yes, incredible stuff. That's why we do have some high wind watches that have been posted and some flood watches that are posted as well all over the state. I'm not going to be surprised. I'm actually expecting high wind warnings and some flood warnings to be posted as well. So get ready. A lot of rain is on the way, strong winds and milder temperatures. For tonight, though, different story. Cold temperatures, single digits, mostly clear skies, and a calm wind. It's going to allow that radiational cooling, cold air coming down and making its way to the surface. For tomorrow, though, mainly cloudy skies. Peaks of sunshine in the morning, increasing clouds, staying mainly cloudy throughout the day. Temperatures in those mid-30s. Our extended forecast outlook does show 50s on Sunday into Monday. Then we are cooling off Tuesday into Wednesday. Fast break is coming up after the break.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or VZ location.
Great Scott! This is Green Bear 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Marvin Flute. I should have known you'd be Friday drunk on a Tuesday.
On January 7th.
Glad you're back, Flute. This place has been dead without you.
Only one man can catch the most diabolical criminals.
The killer is taunting us, and he's got absolutely gorgeous penmanship. I'm the world's most smartest detective. That's how good I am. I defy the rules of grammar.
Special preview Sunday, January 7th on Fox.
It's the most epic trivia game show ever created.
My category's dog.
Famous sidekicks.
Taking on barbecue.
Who will conquer the floor? The Floor premieres January 2nd on Fox.
This is Friday Night Fast Break, brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Happy basketball season. Welcome into our first Friday Night Fast Break of the year. Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol here, brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts. Basketball season here. Basketball season is king of the high school sports season up here, Ryan, and it is good to be back.
Yes, it is. It's good to be inside for sports, especially at this time of year.
You don't know how many times I made that joke for small talk tonight. Oh, good to be inside.
It's right. Oh, my gosh. Before we get into this year, though, let's take a look at how the season ended this past March. In girls, Class AA went to Oxford Hills, Class A to Lawrence, Class B Ellsworth, Class C Old Orchard Beach, Class D Southern Aroostook.
And for the boys, it was Thornton Academy taking Class AA, and then Brewer Orono at A and B, Dirigo for C, and Southern Aroostook for Class D. So it was certainly a fun year for all of our northern teams there last year. So here's something we like to do every year, Ryan, our way too early predictions. Write these down, put them on the bulletin board, use it for motivation. Prove us wrong if you want. That's what we're here for.
Games like you did last year.
Exactly. You can get booed. It's fun. So let's start with the girls, Ryan. Here are our picks for that. I took Oxford Hills in AA, Nokomis in Class A, Old Town in Class B, Central in Class C, and the Allen Sisters, and then Southern Aroostook in Class D until they prove you otherwise.
Yes, and for Class AA, I got Maddie Fitzpatrick and Chevrolet winning there. Lawrence in Class A, and in Class B, I got Ellsworth, Central, Dexter. Class C, Dexter, and Class D, Southern Aroostook.
All right, let's go to the boys now. I am taking for the boys for Class AA, Thornton Academy to repeat. Hamden Academy in Class A, moving down from AA. I've got Ellsworth, Dirigo repeating, and then Bangor Christian in Class D.
All righty, and now let's go to the boys. Class
Yeah, you're good. We saw yours on the screen. You had Lewiston also with Southern Aroostook in D. You had Orono in B, and then you had Hamden Academy with me in A. So let's move on now. For our first hardwood spotlight of the season, we check in with Ellsworth girls basketball. The Eagles won the Class B gold ball last year. They're returning a ton of talent, looking for another run.
It's important for us to stay humble and realize that it is a new season and that we have to work just as hard to get back to where we were.
After winning their first ever gold ball, defending Class B champs Ellsworth girls basketball have all the hype behind them heading into this year.
We have a really strong nucleus coming back, and some of those ones that didn't get a ton of time or coming off injury are getting a lot of time in the preseason.
That nucleus, all but one player from last year, and the Eagles are already making headlines through their scrimmages, putting up 80-plus points on the the regular.
We push the ball a lot, we shoot very well, we finish at the rim. We're just playing very unselfish, and we really just have a common goal of winning, so we will do that at any cost. We lead the league in high fives, that's kind of our motto. We want to be the best teammates we can be.
And not only are the Eagles shooting the lights out, but they're doing it against Class A and AA teams like Brewer, Bangor, Windham, and Lawrence.
We're going to get into the regular season. There's going to be B teams that aren't going to compete at the level we want to compete at. So we really think it's important now to see this competition to challenge ourselves and work on that playoff time experience.
But these teams are showing the Eagles they aren't invincible. For instance, they may score a lot, but giving up, say, 60 points still leaves a lot to be desired.
You're going to have nights you don't shoot the ball well, but you have to play defense every single night. And that is one improvement we do need to make.
Defense wins championships. We're going to put up the points, but we got to get our stops first.
But even with that, the Eagles have all the tools to run it back. And the team knows that full well.
We're not going to get anything. We're going to have to work for it, and it's going to be hard, but I really think that we have a very good chance of doing it again.
I mean, everybody says an undefeated season's bad luck, but why lose if you have to?
All right, great stuff there. That is your pick for the gold ball. I think Old Town will be out for some revenge. That was a classic game last year, and that's going to take us into our action for the evening. We'll start in Brewer for a big Class A boys matchup. It's the Witches, the defending champs, against one of the favorites this year, at least in this newsroom, Hamden Academy. First quarter, Brewers is Charles Bridges. He's going to intercept this pass from Sawyer Worcester. He goes all the way to the hole with the lay-in coast to coast right there. And then some great teamwork for the Broncos. J.J. Wolfington to Worcester to Aiden Kotchendorfer for the corner three. Hamden up 6 after 1. Second quarter we go. Brewers' Jake Perry over to Stephen Youngs on the wing. He is going to drain that one from deep. But finally, here's Hamden Academy. It's Cade Bartlett bouncing it to a charging Zach McLaughlin, and he is going to lay it up with the left hand through the foul and one. Broncos go on to win 64-49. And across the river into Bangor we go. Rams hosting the Bulldogs. Some Class AA action to start the season over at Red Barry Gymnasium. First quarter, Portland starting hot. Good defense. It's going to lead to a steal by James Johnson, and he's going to go coast to coast 4-2 through the foul right there and one. Here we go again, the Bulldogs with another steal this time. This time Kevin Rugabirwa, he finishes off himself for 2 as well. Here come the Rams though. Nice hustle from Ryan Ford. He's going to grab this offensive board, get the jumper to fall right here. Really good hustle from Ford, but Portland with some suffocating defense tonight. Pepito Giramugisha, he's going to steal this off the inbound, finish at the hoop. Bulldogs win it 82-45.
Okay, let's check out some Class A action again. Nokomis hosting Mount Blue in some boys action. Third quarter, Mount Blue's Charles Stevens finds Tyler Abel on the wing for 3, and the First National Bank of Mount Blue is open. Later, Nokomis' Dawson Townsend finds Owen Sides wide open for the corner 3. Cougars up 11 after 3.
You missed saying that.
Yes, I did. Fourth quarter now. Watch Townsend taking a shot over 2 defenders and knocking it down. That's poise right there. But 5 minutes left. Cougars up double digits. Evan Sterling going to go coast to coast and gets it to go off the glass. Great job from him there. Mount Blue, great win. They go on to win 48-35. And down the road in Pittsfield, MCI and Winslow battling in the first game of the year. Third quarter, MCI's Owen Moore is going to pick off this pass here, and who needs an extra pass? He's going to do it all by himself on the lay-in.
Nice little hesitation right there.
Next possession, Winslow's Tyler Nadeau inside to Brady Poulin. He goes off the window and one. Late third, Cole Allen to Drew Shorey. Off the screen from Moore. Money. Winslow leads, though, after 3. To the fourth now. Inbound for Nadeau. Gets it right to Braden Rodriguez, and he pulls up from deep and drills it. Winslow pulls away late, and they win 52-44.
All right, let's check out some other boys' scores now. Ellsworth beats Bucksport in Class B. Caribou over John Bapp 79-70 in Class B as well. Dexter over Orono in Class C, and then Bangor Christian beats Stearns 77-45. All right, we're going to pivot now. We're going to double-check that Class C score from Orono. Let's go to some girls' hoops action. Ryan, you start us off here.
All right, we're going to go back to Bangor. Bangor taking on the visitors from Portland, a doubleheader there tonight. Let's go to that now. Rams hosting the Bulldogs' first game of the year. First quarter, Bulldogs with it. Valeria Yugu pulls the 3. That's long, but Emma Shaw swoops in for the rebound and gets it to go. Later, here comes Yugu again. This time she gets past all the D and gets to the lane to get the bucket to go. But here come the Rams. Clara Oldenburg picks the pass off. They are off and running. Mimi Quinn finishes the job on the fast break. Second quarter we go, they would keep their foot on the gas. Emily Adams kicks it to Avery Clark, who nails the 3-ball. Rams go on to win this one 50-33. And now back to Brewer, where the Broncos girls and Witches girls have the nightcap to start the season. Broncos would start off hot. Lucy Wiles, she's gonna get it over to Aubrey Shaw, banks it home to open up the scoring. Later off the inbounds here, Lauren Vautour finds Wiles, pulls this one, and she's going to get a friendly roll on the 3, but here come the Witches. Allie Flagg, the dribble drive, dish out to Kathleen Bridges, who knocks down a 3 of her own. Later on, here's Mariah Roberts. Pulls the 3 and off the bounce, drains it. It was a battle all night long, but Brewer wins 52-48.
All right, and finally for tonight at the Cross Center now, John Bapst, they are hosting the Vikings from Caribou. Bapst had the lead after the first quarter in this one, so we'll pick it up in the second. Madeline Dupre reads this pass perfectly. That's an easy 2 for her. Vikings would take a lead at the half, and here they come in the third. Madeline Morrow on the break. She finds Ainsley Karen. She banks it home and 1, but Bapst wouldn't go down easy. Claire Gattani finds Stella Goetz. She is going to get the floater to fall off the glass, but the Vikings would take over late. Dupre out to Maddie Peters. She is going to get downhill on the drive, gets the layup to fall. Caribou wins it 56-39. And for some girls' scores, here we go for some other scores around girls basketball. Skowhegan beats Gardner 57-33. Bucksport over PCHS 36-32. Skank wins 33-15 over Orono, and then Central beats George Stevens 58-35. All right, that's all for our action, but when we come back, some analysis in the form of the rebound, and you won't want to miss a minute win.
Do you need to replace your windows, but worry that your project will be hard to schedule and too expensive? Then call Renewal by Andersen, the custom replacement window division of Andersen. Our windows are made with an exclusive Fibrex material that's vastly superior to vinyl and backed by the nation's best warranty. Be sure to ask about our 1-year price lock guarantee to secure a price that's good for 1 full year. Call Renewal by Andersen for your free consultation and a money-saving offer. Installation is always included. Call now.
Have you ever walked into a jewelry store and just gotten overwhelmed? Pushy salesmen, sky-high prices, and they don't even have what you want. Well, that's not the experience you get from Quality Jewelers. Our team does not work on commission, so that means our common goal of finding you the perfect piece is paramount. Our mission is to give you the best experience possible, providing service after the sale and earning your business for life. So make those memories with us here at Quality Jewelers. Quality Jewelers, locally owned and operated, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
For over 75 years, Ariens has been blowing away the competition. Ariens snow throwers simply overpower other brands. See for yourself by watching the screen and then head to Jim Small Engines in Arlington, where these fabulous high-throwing Ariens snow throwers are on sale at unbelievable prices. Jim Small Engines brings 40 years experience in sales and service, and Jim knows that Ariens snow throwers are the best, but supplies are limited, so watch the screen and take advantage of the great sale prices on Ariens snow throwers now at Jim Small Engines, Snows Corner Road, Arlington.
The holidays are here and scammers are putting in extra hours. Keep these tips in mind. Carefully research any charity prior to making a donation and be selective when giving out banking information. When buying gift cards, stick to stores you know and trust and keep your receipts. When shopping online, look for HTTPS in the address bar to ensure you are on a secure website. Finally, trust your gut. If the deal appears too good to be true, it probably is. With these tips in mind, have a great holiday season from Bangor PD. We'll be here if you need us.
Put a little more cash in your bag. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back into Friday Night Fast Break Week 1. Tyler Cruz here with Ryan Sudol, presented by Coastal Auto Parts. Ryan, we had a lot of action tonight. 7 games, so a lot to get to. Time for us to break it all down in The Rebound. All right, I will start us off here. A lot of preseason talk has been made about Class B girls, and a lot of it, rightfully so, surrounds Old Town and Ellsworth, but the Caribou Vikings deserve to be in that conversation as well. Anyone at the Cross Center this past March can attest to it. Madeline Dupre is an absolute baller. She's tall, she's lanky, so that makes her great on defense, but she moves like a guard. So she can really defend 1 through 5. She can shoot the lights out, pass the rock. Passing the rock is huge because she also has some ballers next to her as well. That's Madeline Morrow, one of them right there. She had 13 first half points. So this Vikings team is deep, they're tough, and if they get, overlooked late in the season, it could be trouble for one of those favorites if they come out flat-footed against this Vikings team.
Okay, I would like to go to Class A for my rebound tonight. Class A boys up for grabs this year, but one of the preseason favorites showed out tonight, and that was the Hamden Academy boys coming down from Class AA last year, and that's a huge advantage playing those teams there. And let's go to the players on this team. Of course, the buzz seems to be all around Zach McClellan, but they kind of got a big three going on over there. Their big man, J.J. Wolfington, has great size inside, great passing ability, plus he's got an outside shot. And then you got sophomore guard, Aiden Kockendorfer. He is an outside threat too, plus he is super quick. And of course, there's McClellan, one of the best all-around players in the entire state. Tonight, they proved their depth against Brewer in their win and showed how much of a threat they can be in Class A.
Yeah, Brewer got this game to 1.2. Hamden didn't fret at all. They closed it out nicely, like winning teams should do.
I will say, Brewer, they kept it close with Ellsworth in the scrimmage that they had against them. Of course, one of the better teams in the state themselves. So watch out for Brewer. They could surprise some people.
Yeah, there's some talent there. There's a lot of talent in Class A. We're going to move on now. Our first A Minute Width of the season takes us to another team with a lot of talent. Orono High School, the defending Class B boys champs, and junior forward Will Francis answers all the questions you never knew you needed the answers to.
Probably my brother, honestly, just because I've been playing with him since I was really young. Probably Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mills, for sure. I'd say probably a nice bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, for sure. Holiday movie. I'd probably say either Home Alone or what did I watch the other day? Shoot, it's not coming to mind, so probably Home Alone. I probably play golf. I like to golf in the summer a lot. I'm not very good, but it's a fun sport even if you slice the ball in the woods every time you hit it.
I concur.
I think everyone can relate to that one. I got a little bit of a baseball swing still going on still, but still fun getting out there and playing from the woods. You get a little, you get to see the nature a little more from the woods.
Oh my gosh, I never heard it put that way.
You got to see this. Is coming right up when we get back. Stay with us.
Do you have a wet basement, nasty crawl space, settling foundation, sinking concrete, or clogged gutters? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basement-y. For over 30 years, thousands of homeowners throughout Maine and southeastern New Hampshire have trusted TC Hafford. Basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, stabilizing foundations, concrete leveling, and gutter installation. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basement-y.
Football fans, with the Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations.
32 Old State Road in Carmel, and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to snow blowers, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hank's Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
Welcome to MasterChef Junior, home for the holidays.
I thought we were all gonna wear costumes for this.
Bah humbug! The MasterChef Junior Holiday Special begins December 10th on Fox.
Welcome back into Friday Night Fast Break. Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol here, brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts. Only got a couple minutes here before we have to say goodbye and get on to week 2. But first, our top play from the night. You got to see this. This one is going to take us back to Bangor High School in Red Barry Gym. It's not an earth-shattering dunk. It's not a flashy step back. Bangor's Jaden Ramos getting down and dirty, burning his knees on the gym floor. Gets that offensive rebound after a rugby scrum. Ends up with a hockey assist on the 3. We love to see the grinded out buckets. You don't need to break ankles to get on. You got to see this. Get down and dirty and show us the hustle. Congratulations. You got to see this. All right, let's move on now. Before we go tonight, I probably smushed the mic. We have a new segment this year called Game Balls. Ryan, if you don't mind, I'll take the lead on this one as well.
You already got the ball.
The first Fox Bangor game ball of the season goes to the Brewer girls squad. They trailed early on, but they got a spark offensively after a couple of threes, just like their upset of Skowhegan last year late in the regular season. It came down to free throws, and they connected. This is them falling behind a little early. I'm rushing through this here. With only one senior and a new coach, this team fighted till the very end, came out with a big 4-point win against a team that's supposedly a favorite in Class A this year. Congratulations to the Brewer Witches on winning the game ball. All right, Ryan, your turn here.
All right, I got Braden Rodrigue, point guard for Winslow. This kid was the definition of a floor general tonight against MCI. The Huskies kept it close with the Black Raiders late, and Kennedy just took command down the stretch to help them pull away. He had dime after dime and showing off some great dribble moves and ball fakes like this one here that led 2 points. And of course, he just shot the lights out 2, period. Winslow graduated a bunch from last year's team that was the 2 seed in Class B, but they could surprise some people if he keeps on the run he started tonight.
Yeah, and congratulations to Braden Rodrigue as well. A big night for him. A big night for us. We'll be back for week 2. You're going to have to practice that a little bit.
I got a script in this one hand.
That's all we have for tonight. We hope you guys have a great rest of the evening. We will see you back here next week for Friday Night Fast Break Week 2. Have a good night, everybody.